Hello, hello, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, what is going on here? What car am I looking at? What is this? Well, let me tell you something. This is actually the very first model that Mitsubishi came out with after World War II. So this is actually what opened up Mitsubishi's doors. And remember, they're Japanese cars. So that's how most of the Japanese brands started. With a very small car, with a very small engine, and little by little they started getting more comfortable and then making more videos. More videos. That would be me. They're making more cars. Oh gosh. And I just said that without even thinking. This is, by the way, this model came out in 1960, and it only lasted for 2 years. So it was from 1960 to 1962. Very small engine vehicles. Had two engines. One was a 493 cc's, and the other one was 594 cc's. So both of them were under the 652 cc's, which makes them a K car. Very popular in Japan. These cars with a very small engine. They only came in a manual transmission, but it's quite a rare looking car. I'm not gonna lie, quite a rare looking car. But at the same time, it's it's like attractive. It's a because they're not. This is not a hatchback, even though most likely it's a rear engine. I can already see the the trunk had the airflow opening. It's a rear engine, but it gives it a sedan look, and I like that. Usually, a lot of these hatchbacks back in the '60s were more of a regular hatchback with no trunk or with no shape of a sedan. But this one was one of them. But it's a cute car. It's a little cute car. They were not sold much. Hopefully, they still beyond a museum. I'm not sure if there's any around in Japan that still has them as a classic car. It's hard to. These cars were very small or very little. It's a bit hard to take care of them and know that there are many around. When they're not cars that were supposed to live long. These were cars that you used them for a few years and you change to the next one, to the next one, and so on. What I like about the wheels, if they're even colored the same as the rest of the body, and I like that. That gives it a little nice, cute touch. I also like the rear side mirrors. They're almost as big as the headlights in size. Quite big side mirrors for such a small car. But you need to see the surroundings, and you want to make sure that you're being covered. And this is a 1961, so this is the second year that was produced. Cute little car, very cute, very attractive, very classic at the same time. Those hood ornaments from the '60s, very common. Alright guys, so I'm gonna go around a few times so you can have a nice look at it, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. You know something very important that I was reading? I have to correct myself in something that I said earlier. I said this was a K car. And as I was reading, this car was never considered a K car, because back in the 60s, for you to be able to be a K car, your engine couldn't be no bigger, larger than 360 cc's. So by this car being over that, it was never considered a K car. That rule changed back in 1976 when they increased it to 550 cc's. But that was something that you see I know about. Thinking that was such a small car, I would say it would have been a K car. And I know the rule nowadays is 652 cc's. So I made a mistake. Shame on me. I should have done my homework. Boo! Alright, guys. Enough of my nonsense. This especially goes to my Japanese viewers. Have you ever seen one of these in person? Oh, please at least tell me you've seen them in a museum if you ever visit a museum. Or if you know you're older folk, you probably remember seeing them on the roads back in the 60s and 70s. Hopefully, anyone has some type of memories with these models. I don't know how well they were sold, but at least, have some type of memories with it. By the way, this was made by Norev. This model is made by Norev. We all know Norev makes great looking diecast, as I usually say it. Going back to me now, do not forget to give me that nice thumbs up. I really, really appreciate that. It shows me that you're enjoying the video. And also, don't forget to click and subscribe. And when you click the bell next to it, it reminds you more when I'm posting more videos. Alright guys, so take care of yourselves more than ever. And goodbye.